And this is the docs page for the tutorial that we're going to be following. I'll send you these slides in a minute, so don't worry about noting it down. And for anyone who's already attended one of our workshops on Isambard, or maybe it's not something that interests you that much, then you are welcome to take a look at our documentation site, Connect using SSH, and Clifton, our tool for signing SSH certificates, and our documentation will guide you how to do that. And you can take a look at the guides on our documentation site and explore Isambard-AI a bit yourself. I will say this workshop is not for running sort of long-running, large sort of multi-node jobs. So only submit sort of small little 1 GPU test jobs. That's fine to explore the system, and you can see some examples of that on our documentation. So you're welcome to take a look at that if you prefer. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be opening up our web browser, logging in at this address at the top. I think the vast majority of you will be using the MyXSID identity provider. We'll then launch a Jupyter Hub server on a Grace Hopper Superchip, and we'll see a little window like this come up. And we'll do this together in a couple of minutes. So to note, this is important when you bring up this Jupyter Hub page. Be mindful of the settings you're putting here. So it should select this project by default, and make sure you're selecting a 1 hour job, 1 GH100, and enter in the RCCon reservation name. So what I'll do quickly is I'll send these slides around to you because it'll be easy for you to sort of note down the address. So I'm just going to do that quickly. So I'll just email you the slides. Yep.
I got a spawn failed. That's job submission. Request reservation. I'll have a look.
I got this please re-authenticate to continue and then let me.
Okay.
Alright, 12. So
Yeah. So you're
I tried to type in that and then the third that.
And then it was go back to the RC one.
remove the question.
No, but I used that first.
Third dash.
Yep.
Oh, I think ARP2 dash 2.
Okay, that's fine then. I just type in
Yeah. So like these.
Yeah, it does. I click this.
Start blank.
I had an issue. It didn't direct me to a login page last time.
So I've emailed around the slides. If you check your email, you should have a copy of the slides. Make it a bit easier for you to copy.
It's working out the links.
So 1 hour, 1 GPU, you're on the right project. And here the reservation is RSC. Yes.
So we'll be going to press
the Jupyter, you can do it.
at the top
And you're saying you're
and enter in these following server options.
set up.
Yeah.
It's not full.
Let me think. Yeah. So
They went from 168 to
and you definitely went to and then and it's an email or a link to an app store. There's a do we have a
So when you get the page up, it should look like this. I've already authenticated earlier.
There was the queue.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you'll see use new identity provider,
reservation?
bring up the server options page, and select the options as on this slide.
So what we need to do clear the piece for this page.
Select notebook or console. So select notebook or console.
Oh, we'll go through that in a second.
Okay, great.
With the notebook.
Yes, please.
Or not. I'm looking at
We want reports.
I got it.
Just that's all we need to do.
All right. Be much more careful about writing.
Now, send you to here.
No, it's docs that we've got at least.
Yeah. So that fill errors, I will remove.
Actually, normally too.
It's probably hard to get through.
That's why we're here.
That's working
Well,
Fabulous.
no, no, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
great.
that's what Tom.
So in our slides, we've got slides, we have a
Thank you.
tutorial.
But it's not like we didn't get many.
I do think I would see that for that.
Yeah, so there's like, I think we did 1,000 or something. That was like during phase one. And then you
So I should be terrified.
get no allocation.
I'm gonna email one of my colleagues.
It's actually very but I was together.
That's perfect.
That was that's weird.
So you're going to set your.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, one more thing when it comes to.
I have. It's downloading.
I like it.
I've done it.
Yeah. How's the side?
It's like Capoeira. Capoeira, yeah, like
I know. Need me to coach it. Yeah, no, that's the same thing.
Yeah, no,
Okay, so maybe.
question of whether it's.
not but it said somewhere that
Yeah,
it's
somewhere we're setting up.
and I was
So we don't.
I would
I can do that copy. You got a copy. Oh, I took that.
it's in this
My set to CPUs.
mine's in set to CPU.
You're right, okay.
Yeah.
So I can copy this.
I'll leave this on the screen for a couple more minutes. So these are the options that you're putting in. If anyone hasn't got to this point yet.
I think I might. Yeah, I think I have.
Side.
Together on this.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
It's not working out.
Theoretically, that's the game. No,
My lap, right?
it does. It does.
Yeah, so you and. Yeah,
Yes,
we can.
Do we carry on like
So, yes, so if you go to. The IP2. You got dash just Jupiter.
When you execute that,
IP2.
so it's just
Because you've written. If you change that.
have a copy.
You're getting that error as well.
So that's okay.
You want it?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah,
change it.
we can find out now.
Go ahead.
We didn't upload and,
Try and copy it.
Not your
No,
fault.
no,
I'm going to start my server. Press start. This is what you should get when your Jupyter Hub server starts up.
Yeah, they're with us still.
And we'll get started with the tutorial together once everyone's ready to start. Feel free to go ahead yourselves if you like. And you can find the tutorial on our docs page. That is linked in the PowerPoint slides. So hopefully everyone has got Jupyter Hub up now. So we're just going to be following along the tutorial on our doc site. We're going to have to first get our Jupyter notebook that contains tutorial material. So the easiest way I think to do this is to do method 1. We can just download.
My access really okay.
Yeah. And then you can upload it on Jupyter Lab. So to upload a file on Jupyter, you can see at the top here, put up arrow, open files, notebook there, from wherever it's saved, local machine.
Yeah.
Again, so if you download a copy of the notebook from here, upload it to Jupyter Lab, up arrow, and you'll see the notebook appear in a little sidebar here. Like the notebook, and it appears at the side here. Double click, open it, and we're going to be selecting the Isambard tutorial kernel.
Let's see how not to like these just
Device.
Give everyone just a minute or two to get the notebook up. Any issues, stick your hand up.
Set to CPU. Yeah, so I've done this. I've done the previous. Or oh.
yeah. You can if you have like this thing here. Like
I've actually made
Which home directory? So you might have two now.
I'm in my this.
And yeah.
Interestingly, I don't know if you came across, if you run the terminal within particular you
Right, yeah, that's where I am. I'm on my I've like FSH to the the way you FSH in it's like
we just treat it as it should have to. Yeah, your username is okay.
yeah.
Hopefully you managed to get the notebook up and selected the Isambard tutorial.
Okay, so I think this is
You
probably
can see here at the top as well.
I'm going to make a note of that because it should have stopped you looking at it saying you're not associated with this message. Instead, it then
Go through the first section tutorial where we're going to chat to Isambard. In this tutorial, we're going to chat to this LLM, large language model, that is based on the Exos 5.3 model. That we're accessing through the Hugging Face machine learning framework.
Yeah, they are.
So you can see here cells that we're going to execute in our notebook. We first define model ID. It's like here we can see the Hugging Face model card. There's the one that's in.
Wait, skip the directory.
I think that
Okay. There's should
And we're also going to pre-download models just as it's faster for you. So we're going to set a cache directory here. It's 5.3 models pre-downloaded for you. That's our first cell notebook.
yeah, that's where we
So for the either use the turn or use this little play button. See this one like a shift will turn or the play button. So
trying to run instead of one. Yeah, we just
I feel less bad now.
so the next bit, our next cells, we're going to required and set seed for the random generation for our PyTorch backend. And if you remember when we launched our Jupyter Hub notebook, selected one GH200, so you have access to one Grace CPU and one Hopper GPU. And so we set the number of threads to 72 due to Grace CPU being 72 core. So we can execute that cell next. So do shift return. You can see this star here means the cell is executing. So give that a few seconds. It switches to 2, which means it's finished executing. So next, we're going to define our model and tokenizer. You can see so explanation here on our docs page. As I mentioned, we're downloading our model from Hugging Face. You can see here the model card. Our 5.3 model is what we're going to be using. And we, as I said before, we're using a cache model, so you don't have to download it yourselves. Loading a pre-trained causal language model. Setting our floating point type to 16 data type. Trust remote code to false. And then we're mapping to the CPU initially. And we're then setting our tokenizer. So the tokenizer converts the raw text into tokens that the model can then process. So if we go back to our notebook, we can execute this cell. Shift return A at the top. It's executed now, cell number 3. So the next thing we're going to then do is create a workflow pipeline. defining a pipeline type as text generation, and then pass in our model and our tokenizer that we defined in the previous cell. See that it's telling us that the device is set to use the CPU, our grey CPU. And our next cell is going to define our Isambard predefined pipeline that's going to create this sort of interactive chatbot experience for you. So it's a bot defined here. So that a loop that the bot enters where it can consistently input from the user. It's then added to the chat history, and the pipeline keeps on generating responses based on this history. And to exit the chatbot, you then just type the word exit. We'll see what that looks like now in a second. So let's define Isambard. Then our final step for this section is to run Isambard and have a chat. If we run the cell, our Isambard chatbot has started. You can see the star symbol outside. It's executing. Hello to Isambard. So ask Isambard some questions.
I asked it whether you are Isambard and it told me no.
Sorry?
I asked the bot, are you Isambard? And it responded saying, I'm sorry, but I'm not Isambard.
Ask it some questions and it spends a while sort of thinking about it. So feel free to ask Isambard some questions and then to exit Isambard. Just type exit. So I'll give you a few more minutes to play with sort of Isambard. We move to the next section.
The GPU dashboard was quite cool. It's a GPU extension. The third one down. That one. This one above.
Right, yeah, that's cool.
It's not how we
I don't know what it's showing.
You might
haven't had a pulse going on.
No, but before it was just a pulse. Now it's lots of people. Now it seems to be higher level.
Yeah, but it's probably a big pulse.
Yeah, it's very entertaining.
Stop.
I type exit in the box.
In this context, we need
Or you can pop it outside.
This is we know awareness of kind of an consider with deep sea after someone was released before it was a nice small open fully open. That's when people with not that really love or whatever. We're working on there's a team with LLM.
I've heard of that, which is what I wanted to do, one of those, or is it?
We're trying to get it so we can not get stuff in like welding or
Yeah,
building or whatever, which would be a bit more fun and stop. But yeah, in principle, we can like pattern models because Hugging Face does the interchange, you know, it can do that plugin layer.
Yeah,
So we basically just constantly kind of keep an eye out, trying to find the biggest model that we know in the memory of the chip. But it should be a bit simple, so it's really wrong sometimes. You know, you want a little bit of silliness in the workshops.
Thinking for possible
I
work.
want to do the same as you.
I don't know, let's keep going.
Yeah.
So we could just do it.
Yeah. Well, that lab's doing. You've a based editor interface like Jupyter, like a notebook type.
We do, I'm just having a go. We have a kernel.
No, so we provide a stage.
Yeah.
Just
Give us a word.
Kernel,
yeah, so
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. This is just
I actually-
one of the project again.
Yeah, yeah. And it might be, I mean, I was having a conversation with the guy, we have no idea, nobody thought to try it.
Yeah.
Because we're in the really early stages,
Yeah.
so it's just, it's not like a company like.
I'm gonna move on to the next section.
Yeah.
Feel free to chat amongst each other.
So we'll,
In the next section, token this output rate. So we're going to look at the speed of our model. I haven't really worked. So this function here, measure performance, will evaluate the speed of the language model by measuring how many tokens it can generate per second. So a reminder to exit our little Isambard chatbot. Tap in exit. On to our next cell. We'll define this measure performance function. So what we're going to do is we're going to add this example prompt measuring the model's performance, and then tell us the tokens per second for the CPU. So we execute this cell, star there, it's executing. Seconds.
Ask you a question, Anna. Is that warning expected?
Yeah, that warning is expected. Don't worry if you see a warning, it's fine.
What's the warning? Did it tell you?
So we currently running is on our Grace CPU, and we can see our performance here is around 29 tokens per second. So in the future sections, we'll be mapping our model to Hopper GPU, and we'll be able to compare the performance then and see how the CPU versus GPU performance differs. So I'll just give you a couple minutes to do that yourselves and catch up if you need to, and then we'll move on to our next section where we're going to do some monitoring of our hardware.
This opening is, I have taken one of my calls off the board. Yes, but the opening is, I have, the opening is to Z9, right, the one is no longer on the board.
Yep.
The board. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I want to do.
So, I mean, the situation is, I mean, it was easy. They weren't in the application before, she delivered time now by now. They did it first, they were doing.
And everything, I think you know, nothing else actually like a project with Steve.
Yeah, so at its core, it's PLIs. Being Richard Bailey and well in that yeah, Richard Bailey's the person who can look. Yeah. So you can kind of conduit it.
A model is where.
Well, that's what
I think you that's what you
and so continuing that as well, we don't want be spending it should be spending it on lawn door. If there's not enough space, you should small. So the more use cases they are given, the more likely they are to
a pretty big use case.
yeah.
This is.
So in the next section, we're going to do some hardware monitoring. In a scenario when you're sort of training and deploying machine learning models, I want to sort of monitor your CPU or GPU to sort of check performance. So we're going to look how to do that next. So first, take a look at how to monitor our Grace CPU. So to do this, on Jupyter Hub, so that's the launcher. We can launch a terminal here at the bottom. It's on our launcher tab. You can click terminal. It opens up a terminal there. You can drag these windows around as well to get the windows up side by side.
Yes, so that's really helpful.
So we're going to monitor our CPU from the terminal by using the command top and reading our username through this little substitute here, who am I? So we do top and then user. Something like the following come up, where you'll see your own username here in this column, and we can monitor our sort of CPU usage through the column at the end here. That's how we monitor our CPU. Just a reminder if anyone's got a bit lost, you press plus for a new launcher. From the launcher, you can launch a terminal here from the bottom of the section. You click on terminal to launch a terminal then, and you can drag these windows around to get them side by side. So if we remember, we launched this server on a Grace Hopper superchip, so we've got a GPU as well as a CPU. So we can also monitor our Hopper GPU. So we've got sort of two methods of doing this. In the terminal, we can use NVIDIA SMI. So I'm going to press plus here for new launcher and get another terminal window up. And then in this terminal window, you can type the following commands. So you can here this GPUs to see what GPUs are available to us, and you see something that looks like this. Where you see GPU 0 from your NVIDIA Grace Hopper Superchip defined here. And then we can use the following command to watch the output from NVIDIA SMI, and they'll update every second. And you'll see something like the following come up, where you can monitor you can see the sort of power usage and the memory usage columns here that you can watch. So that can be a little bit difficult to sort of follow. It's not the cleanest output. So what we do have as well is the MV dashboard, which is a bit easier, nice interactive widget that you can use to inspect your GPU usage. So we'll take a look at that in a second. So to access our GPU dashboard, we have to go over here to the far left, where you can see this little GPU dashboard symbol here. Click that. You see our GPU dashboard comes up. So that's that little section here on the far left on the side, third down, our GPU dashboard. And we're going to choose to monitor our GPU memory and our GPU utilization. So just the top two here on the dashboards. Like that. GPU memory come up. I'm going to drag this to the bottom. There we go. And we're going to take a look at the GPU utilization as well. So let's open that one as well. Got our terminals here with top running, your SMI, and every 1 second. And then our interactive widgets here with our GPU memory and our GPU utilization that we've accessed through this little sidebar. So we're going to measure the performance again next, and we're going to sort of see how the hardware monitoring tools respond to this command. So if we watch what's happening here with our GPU widgets, and we watch what's happening with our top command, execute this cell, see the CPU usage jumping up there. If you watch your GPU widgets, you see there's not a lot happening, and that's because if you remember before, to start off with, we've mapped our model to our Grace CPU, so there's sort of nothing happening with the GPU yet. And if you run Isambard again, chat to Isambard as before, and you'll see the CPU usage here jump up if you monitor using the top command. It jumped up there. So I'll leave you for a few minutes and sort of play along with that and get used to monitoring your CPU and GPU before we move on to the next section. Reminder to exit Isambard, just type exit and let you move on to the next cell. Anyone looking for GPU dashboards, mind us this symbol here on the side, third down, Yes, that'll come up and we'll be monitoring GPU memory and GPU utilization.
Presumably network synchronization stuff. I guess.
Or using a single.
Yeah, okay, this might be a little considered for like see if anyone says this. One thing that actually got some process hanging around. Sometimes GPU memory isn't it. From our system testing that we done, Slingshot, which is our network, focuses running still. So it's possible that it's them low level chatting, using up to memory and low level chatting. It could be that because I don't think communication is over PCR. My memory of Grace of architecture. I mean, it might be pseudo PCI. Like I don't know what it's going to treat as, but it's strictly not PCI.
If it's any few minutes.
Yeah.
They make a bit.
Either way, I'm
I don't know expecting to go up.
you expect to go up. You expect the GPU
Yeah, you
memory
expect
to go up.
this GPU, like the GPU memory goes down, low level. GPU utilization goes up.
Okay, when?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, perhaps next month. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
This is
Yeah.
I don't know when to do the.
Your name. I don't think I have.
It's just
Yes, you have to put one.
You have a lot of information.
Maybe we're being masked.
Second support system are really funny. We had a few people like just saying, "Oh, I found things. How many fixed it? So here's how I fixed it."
So presumably on the the prompt is just how are when is the network compared to the is it running on the local CPU node?
Oh yeah, phase one.
Oh no,
Yeah.
the whole note.
Okay, so
Yeah, so it's actually singularity. What was it?
I'll go into the next section.
data from CPU
So far we've got running Isambard on our Grace CPU. See how this has affected our CPU usage using the top command. So next we're gonna map our model up a GPU. So map the model to device selection and at the top device map. We're going to map it to our GPU. If you remember from our when we had the NVIDIA SMI command for GPU 0, so we're mapping to our GPU number 0 here. But and then again define our model, our tokenizer and our pipeline. So if we execute down, we're using one that we see immediately. Our GPU memory is now started to jump up as it's loaded the model to memory. And as we load Isambard in the next section, we'll see this. And as you chat Isambard, you can see your GPU memory slowly starts to client. You can watch your GPU utilization as well while you chat to Isambard.
If I
Carry on watching the CPU usage, you'll have the CPU usage while chatting to Isambard is very low. Now map our model to our Hopper GPU. See here when you've executed the shell, it's told us the device is set to use CUDA 0, our GPU. So it'll give you a minute or two to find that.
it's proof. Three would add up as a
Changed.
merge.
Yes, that would be your project used for UKLI allocated projects.
With a different size TV on one.
Yeah, that means before I had a different one.
Models cubed on
Cube.
Okay, so looking here.
Now we're gonna do
So this is
It's like Excel columns, you know, they get double next to the triple next to
that's right between on top and I think these ones I'm not sure. Might be I'll fine tune.
So if you're one of the new sovereign or
basically utilise so 132 is the second one on the standard, which was 75 gigs and not
Yes, so basically try to just jump to, so I think that's.
this one's not showing me.
Yeah, so the 32 would be your running before be there.
it will be there.
In our next section, we can see if we can inspire retail model. You have to do a lot of input.
Did you print it? And it
Well, so.
So we can give them backbone, which is now mapped to our GPU. That's Isambard again.
okay.
And as you chat to Isambard, your GPU memory, visualization.
Tell us about that.
Flash up when you're speaking to Isambard. And we can feed Isambard a large amount of text and see what happens.
And then we must change it to
Load the link box to Lord Epson.
Yeah.
We can generate a large amount of nonsense text. Isambard. See what happens if we start to exceed the available memory.
to look at what's going on with.
So this is the page link box, low on Epson. And let's just generate a paragraph.
To run it, just like see what's going on.
Copy these paragraphs and feed them to Isambard and see what happens. This is linked to the docs. In this little experiments box, pull the link to Lauren Epson and generate a large amount of text, feed it to Isambard repeatedly and see what happens.
I bet it's very
So if we try and feed Isambard a large amount of text, start to notice his GPU memory will start to climb.
Yes, yeah. Who am I?
Patient function. And we see our GPU memory climbing. keep on copy pasting, eventually it will
Yeah.
start to see
Look there first. Yeah.
every
Yeah, you know,
But it's nothing readable.
Not breaking.
Finance.
finally
Ah.
and eventually you'll get this message telling you that an error is in and out of memory. It takes quite a lot of text to break it. You can have some fun trying to break Isambard if you like. Exit Isambard. Yeah, it's children. So I'll give you just a couple to play with that. The model by going to log so then generates an output the text.
Main memory to
What it does to your GPU memory and your GPU like utilization while you're chatting to Isambard.
so from main to
so that's the HBM. But the GPU has to be CPUs, not because of the interconnections, because CPU don't have any threads. So we need lots of threads to be able to
in the training with the HBM layer.
Just kind of gets to break it.
So during
Check whether the HBM
Yeah.
keep it running.
Right.
As you do stuff,
Right, that's why we're-
restart the kernel. Right, but that should do it out. And then
training sort of kind of be pushing that
So, does it, like, what does it actually mean it's saying, like, the memory? Is that like what I was saying earlier about, like, storing data, processes? Is that when
yeah, it's like
you
the
get all of that in one sort of thing, the processes and the data? Is that
yeah,
all?
it's like the live data. So in order for like the model to be able to answer the questions you need to ask, they have to take all of the weights that make up the model. That's to load it.
So it's kind of a section similar to we can measure the number of tokens generated per second. This time for our GPU. And let's keep this going.
Well,
So when we're seeing the white,
yeah.
so you have to run that second compared with the CPU performance. So we last run this workshop. Last year we saw quite a big performance difference in CPU. You might see they're a lot closer together due to recent attention. Well, actually, the GPU. Yeah, so just so
Actually,
very final section in a bit. We'll try running a bigger model. Build
so I could buy
Benchmark like
PCI input.
if you want to reset your GPU memory, or click the arrow at the top to restart the kernel at the top, reset your GPU memory.
No, I have broken.
Yeah, if we're training on a really low pace,
Was it 620?
Technically, you're not
Existing.
Yes, exactly. So, this is kind of
Or you do starting.
on.
No,
more latency.
it might be faster, but yeah.
That's a lot.
It's so much better. Yesterday was my first day.
I think this.
I'm still.
Washington.
This is how you do
Yeah, but the excited bit.
No, it's a,
This guy.
it's like a movie arty just for some person.
Yeah, I mean,
There's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
They're very fine sections. We're going to bigger model. We're going to still version DeepSeek R1.
Wait, so much.
That's fine.
So similar to for you.
Well,
Find out
I imagine
map it to our view and change it for model to place a
all the files,
pipeline.
your colleagues like ask to have
Cell DeepSeek, yeah, with this and books.
So definitely and require when you
Right.
Don't worry about that. We'll inspect it and you can and it should be back larger.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I mean,
And now it's define DeepSeek. Again,
Matching algorithm.
that's it. Just the
You're not back from the get that I don't think I can so I'm glad it's, yeah.
and you can see the output
For that. Yeah.
unless you do
Um,
matching on
use it chain of four is the counting.
Yeah.
I wanted to move
It's the crashing. So
That's the iterative then match again.
I'll give it's to do that. And then
yeah, so
we can just
I was saying that when they were doing
it's like you have to
Hey, so where are we?
I love it. Yeah.
Not good.
but then we've got something like this. You're barely in I missed the work.
That's what I'm telling you right now. That's an yes. Like,
Yeah,
where my body couldn't get. And they had attempted to be in the exchange. Yeah.
okay.
But for super, might be
I think it's stuck in the root.
Yeah.
Yeah.
them off like who's but then I'm sure if they would do that.
Wow.
Okay. I guess it depends how long it does. That I can't. My life.
I'd have to go to another branch. I mean, I could show you.
Deep like remembering stuff.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Last summer.
That's what I think we're doing to still have it as two.
This has been amazing.
And
Okay, so the last 5 minutes, I'll just show you how to shut down your tutor. Revision bots tutorial. Let's go file. control panel, you shut down your server. Shut down the server, that's file. Panel. When you're done, you can press stop my
Do that. So, set them up like 40.
yeah.
Like, do that.
That was our tutorial.
Yeah,
I found it interesting.
exactly like this.
Yeah.
So we've got the RC con reservation in place.
It's the-
6 o'clock. If you want to still have a project matters active to midnight, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I said this evening, if you want to have a AI, but the reservation is only available to 6 o'clock. So after that, you'll be in the queue with everyone else. Once again, please only run small jobs. Don't run any log running jobs, which I have to do a bit hard. Little mini test jobs, for free. So very finally,
Yeah, literally how I started our conversation.
your feedback. We're on our documents page. We have a little link to Microsoft Form. It's also on the PowerPoint slides. It's very quick, should only take 2 minutes, but you get a chance to fill in that form.
That's the presentation. It's about. Yeah.
So, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask, and I hope it's been useful for you.